you weren't here, never
tattoo,
mind.
like how they like tattoo and like the
For why do they do that?
to identify the animal.
Yes. So like what kind of animal it is, or
No, like names. There was like on the numbers, like the first ones were like the years and then how many were born that year.
oh, okay. So it's to tell the farmers and ranchers information.
Yeah.
Okay, right? So they can keep track of all of their stock and all of that. Okay, so today we're going to go into even more of that. Okay, we're going to talk about brands specifically. So we're going to watch a video. Okay, and then I have a slideshow. We're going to talk about it, and then I have a fun project.
Do we get to make our own brand?
Well, maybe. So it's going to be.
What is with this piece of rubber?
I have no idea.
Just like this.
So, okay, so if we want to start the video.
Well, why? This is the second time with first one. Let me see.
Alright, stop trying to say.
Sorry.
And this is short, it's only 2 minutes.
When you think of a brand, chances are your favorite clothing, beverage, or technology comes to mind. But a cowboy might think of something like this. Thanks to the hot branding iron, there is no better way for a rancher to leave his mark. They come in every shape, size, and configuration, each one as unique as its owner. But the process of fire branding cattle dates back further than you may think, way further. It's estimated that ancient Egyptians used brands to claim cattle as early as 4000 BC. In the ancient Roman Empire, cattle were branded for a slightly different reason. Some of the Romans believed certain branding symbols were magical spells to protect the herd. The practice of branding cattle came to America from European travelers and was fine-tuned by the vaquero, or cattleman from Spanish Mexico. Branding livestock served many useful purposes to ranchers. The main reason was to signify the rancher's ownership of their animals. This allowed livestock to graze together on open ranges, and when it came time to round them all up, it helped cowboys determine who owned what. Unique brands came in handy for keeping track of lost animals, but it also prevented them from being stolen by rustlers or livestock thieves. To avoid the possibility of duplicating brands, ranch owners came up with variations of characters to make sure their name stood out. Brands could be walking, running, double, tumbling, lazy, or crazy. You can see many examples of unique brands and irons here at the National Cowboy Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. If you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or check our website at nationalcowboymuseum.org.
I want to comment about me.
Probably a lot. Oh, I thought you guys were talking when you're. Oh gosh, it's getting all fancy. All right. Understanding the brand. Okay.
Also, be sure to follow us.
Wrong button. Okay. Okay, I see it now. All right. Why do cattle ranchers, horse breeders, and other livestock producers develop brands?
So that way, if they have different people's animals in the same group, they can differentiate between each one.
Right, for ownership, so they know who owns what. Okay, brand requirements. Okay. We're going to talk about this. Did we skip a couple? Okay, so these are the things that you have to keep in mind. Brands are read from left to right, top to bottom, and outside to inside. Okay? Letters and numbers represent those actual letters and numbers. So you can't write a 2 and say it's a 3. Make sense? Yeah. Letters are always capital letters. There's no such thing. You can't use lowercase. Okay? A letter laid on its side is called lazy. Okay? An upside down letter is read as crazy. A backwards letter is read as reverse. M and W cannot be used upside down because they look like the other. Okay? A cursive letter that could be written without lifting up the pencil is read as running. Does that make sense?
So it has to be cursive?
No, but if you write it like, you do like RP and it runs together,
That makes more sense.
you could call it running, right? Is that how it works? I thought so. Okay. Let's see, pictures cannot be used such as quarter moon, half moon, sun, diamond, triangle, heart, and number. Okay? A dash is read as a bar, and an underscore is read as a rail. And I don't know, what do you, hyphen? No, that would be a slash. Is read as a slash, sorry. Okay. You can put a number or a letter in a box. Okay, lots of rules. Okay? This is my brand, my husband and I's brand. Can anybody try and read it? Nope, left to right, top to bottom. L2H. Okay, and I put this up here because when you make a brand, you should think about the things that are meaningful to you. Okay? It should mean something. And mine has a lot of meanings. Can anybody guess? Yes.
Equal your last name.
Yes, that's part of it.
2 sons.
Actually 4.
Second generation?
Nope. So there's a lot to it, and it's kind of multiple. So after my son passed away, we created a foundation called Liam's Legacy. Okay, so that's where the L2 comes from. And then my maiden name before I got married is Hebard. So there's 2 inches. So it all comes together and flows the L2H ranch. Okay, which is we call it the L2H landed livestock.
Mrs. Hunt's family examples are on the board.
There what? Oh, there you go. How would you read those?
There are 2 separate ones, sorry.
Wait, I made 2 sons.
Is that one?
Is that
Yeah,
really?
this is one, and this is one.
Is the first one supposed to have like lazy in front of it or something?
Would it be JB?
Top to bottom.
Oh.
And they're 2 separate symbols, right?
Yeah, this is one,
Oh.
and this is one.
Whose brands are they?
My family's brand.
Oh,
It's probably much simpler than you're thinking.
is it someone's name?
So the top one, and my dad probably didn't do that correctly, but the top one is a Flying J. So we're Flying J Enterprises, and the bottom one is actually Owen Ranches, so he just did the O for Owen, and then the dash. Because another unique thing about brands is there has to be 3 differences between different brands. So like I could turn in an O for something, but if there's already a brand out there that looks like an O, you have to add to it, so that's why there's the dash in it. So I could do the same thing and add a bar underneath, and then something else at the top to make it unique. So Flying J, Owen Ranches.
Okay, so brand location is extremely important. Okay, so there's many different places that you can put a brand. That also, which is very important, because you can have close to the same brand if it's in a separate location. So, must comply with a rigorous set of standards and are developed using a specific language ruled by its own unique system, which is what we just talked about. Okay? The same brand can be registered in the same country as long as it's located on a different part of the animal. Okay, now that you know the rules, your job is to create your own brand. It's not that bad. I'm gonna comment. Okay, so that is literally what rest of you have until the end of class today to come up with your brand. So you have lots of brainstorming to do, because tomorrow you're gonna use that brand.
On what?
You'll see tomorrow. I can't tell you, I have to leave some suspense. Here, do you want me to leave the rules up? Okay, there you go.
Okay. What are we doing?
Yes, just draw it on a piece of paper.